Welcome to another episode of the Biblical Resolutions Podcast, brought to you by the House of Jacob Bible Study Class, located at 2515 East 75th Street in Chicago, Illinois. And as always, we want to remind the listeners to please follow the Biblical Resolutions Podcast by going to our podcast page, which can be found at hojbible.podbean.com. You can also follow the Biblical Resolutions Podcast by going to the House of Jacob Bible Study Classes main website, which is thehouseofjacob.org. And as always, we want to, bring you another topic from the scriptures. And today we are bringing you episode number 47. And the title of episode number 47 is Blinded by the Circumstances. Blinded by the Circumstances. And on today's podcast, we have Brother Ahisamach and we have Brother Ozias on the podcast. So, Brother Ahisamach, like we say from time to time, this is not a podcast where we trying to show ourselves to be some kind of wise men. We ain't trying to give you no secret knowledge that you got to go over to Saudi Arabia and go in the cave and get it.
Yeah.
This is something that we started because we wanted to help the people, and also help ourselves,
Yes,
to grow as servants,
Mm-hmm.
as servants of the Most High. And
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot of traps, it's a lot of snares, a lot of pitfalls from a lot of different angles that we face. Um, and sometimes we get caught up in what we know or what we think we know, and we stop paying attention to the things that's gonna help us every day,
Yes, sir.
which is really knowing yourself
Yep.
and knowing your own triggers. You know what I'm saying? You know, some a lot of people, man, don't even know what their own triggers are. And then you out here, man, and like the book talk about being taken captive by Satan at his will. It's because Satan can manipulate you. That's
Mm-hmm.
that's one of his devices. He's a manipulator.
Yep.
So this episode here, blinded by circumstances, we really want to show that there are different things and different situations, different people that can blind your righteous actions or righteous judgments. Um, it's easy to, when there's no trouble, when there's no opposition, when there's no, nothing that's irritating you in your life, then a lot of things are come easy. You know, doing the right thing is easy when you're not being challenged
Yes, sir.
all
Yes.
the time. But
Mm-hmm.
once you're being challenged by, the lust of your flesh, which everybody got lust,
Yes, sir.
everybody
Yes,
got ungodly lust in their heart.
sir. Mm-hmm.
Once that stuff started to creep in, then all of a sudden doing the right thing becomes less comfortable. Because
Yep.
now you got to fight this lust.
Yes, sir.
People that we love and we care about, they can start to sway your decisions
Mm-hmm.
because you feel that way about them. You have love for them. You care about them. And so when you got all these things happening, then you can make bad decisions. And the book has plenty of examples of righteous men making the wrong decision
Yep.
because of the situation they was in.
Yep.
And this is what we got to deal with. We got to stop. We got to stop thinking that because I got knowledge, it don't apply to me. And then you get caught up in all these bad situations, and you ain't paying attention. Like, listen, man, you gotta be on guard
Mm-hmm.
because no matter how many scriptures again, that ain't gonna stop you from sinning.
That's right.
Yep.
You
Yep.
can know every verse in this book.
Yep.
That don't mean that that's gonna stop you from sinning every time.
Yep. Yep.
So we gotta go beyond just being able to memorize scriptures, and how do we make the principles, the laws, statutes, and judgments in the book work for us to make us better servants,
Yes,
and
sir.
to make us stronger servants.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that's what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
Blinded by the circumstances, and any of you brothers, want to add something to it?
Yeah, definitely, bro. I truly agree, man. Man, going back even to the beginning, man, what is this podcast started is us having these real conversations. When we would travel all over, the Midwest doing this work, and we would talk about things that really, man, affected us. That really, we started to look at it as we grew in this walk and said, hey, how do we do better? And we all had knowledge, man, but we was all stupid. You know what I'm saying? And on the wholesale scale, until you really start to kind of lock in and say, okay, how do I apply this not just on the Sabbath day, or not just when I'm doing this, but every day and every way in my life. Yes, and it changes a whole lot. We started being more honest with ourselves, confessing our faults to each other, praying for each other, trying to love each other more, really trying to put out work for the Lord that will be acceptable, not stuff to be seen of men, or all these things that we kind of, say we different, but we doing the same thing as everybody else. So, man, it changed a lot. You know what I'm saying? This book is a living narrative. It ain't nothing that's dead, man. These things gonna come to pass, man. And again, man, to be given the opportunity to do this, I'm grateful, thankful, man. I'm humbled by it. To even see, man, that God gave me an opportunity to kind of, man, share what I've learned and what I know with you guys, man, because we trying to build each other up so we all can inherit life, and then share it as well with the listeners. And it's a blessing, man. I can't even put a value on it. I'm always like, let's do a podcast. What we doing? Let's, you got any ideas? So it's always the goal to try to, man, put out these things, man, that's gonna edify not only the Lord God, but man, it's gonna make us stronger. So, man, I'm grateful, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So let's go ahead and get into it. I want to just start it off in Exodus 23, verse 8. Because this speaks volumes.
Yes, sir.
I love these one hitter quitters.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You ain't gotta read nothing before it or after it. It's a one hitter.
Yes, sir.
It's one of them payal, just one verse.
Yes, sir.
And it's telling you a whole. It's telling you a whole lot.
Yeah.
And there's no other book written, man, where you got one liners, man, killing them.
Yeah.
Killing you slow.
Yeah.
Or waking you up slow, but it's just one. It's this one liner, man. But again, the Lord is telling you, He's giving you a warning of what not to do.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And we, as men, we don't listen to that, man. Like we talked about on the last podcast, man. We start trying to find ways to do it a different way.
Yeah.
Let's do it this way. Let's not do it the Lord way. Let's do it this other way. And then the way that you want to do it is what gets you caught up.
Yes, sir.
It gets you put in a situation.
Yes, sir.
It puts you in the midst of a set of circumstances with a certain type of people or whatever it may be. And now your faith and your your intestinal fortitude is put on display.
Mm-hmm.
And how if
Yep.
you ain't got none,
Yep.
you gonna fall on your face.
That's
Yep.
right.
Yep. Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yes, sir.
the goal is to try to avoid as much as we can being put in them situations,
Yep.
putting yourself in them situations.
Yep. Yep.
But anyway, the Lord here gonna he's telling the people these certain principles, and we see, man, the world don't follow this, but if they did, you wouldn't have the corruption that go on.
Not at
Oh,
all.
yeah. Yes, sir.
You
Yes, sir.
wouldn't even. But again, this is too simple for man.
Yes,
Because
sir.
man think he's smarter than man think he is God. Man think his mind is the biggest, the most brightest thing created ever. And when men think that they want to put themselves in the place of God, man, you're gonna fail.
Yep.
That's right.
From the Garden of Eden.
Yep.
That's the same, again, Satan said you're gonna be like God.
Yep.
Right? Who don't want to be like God?
Yep.
But they wasn't ready.
Yep.
They didn't have the knowledge. They didn't have the understanding.
Yep.
And it was premature. And look what happened. They didn't elevate nowhere. All they did was introduce death.
That's
Yep.
right.
So Exodus, brother Hisamak, bro, if you want to read Exodus 23:8.
And thou shalt take no gift, for the gift blindeth the wise, and perisheth the words, perverteth the words of the righteous.
So he said, look, don't take no gift. If you gonna judge, if you a judge, don't be judging for reward.
Yes, sir.
Don't be doing stuff, because it's something in it for you. But he said the gift blindeth the wise. This is a warning. A gift, it ain't got nothing to do with you being unwise.
That's right.
It ain't got to do with you having knowledge, not having knowledge. He telling you straight out the door.
Yep.
The gift blindeth the wise.
Yep.
So anybody else what it's gonna do to the one that's unwise.
Yes, sir.
But this is the influence of a gift.
Yep.
That's right.
It blind the wise.
Yep.
Because now you obligated. You gonna feel like even if the person don't tell you obligated, you gonna feel like
Yes,
I'm
sir.
obligated to
I
look
did
the other.
you.
Yeah. I'm gonna look the other way, or I'm gonna try to do this for you because you gave me this gift.
Yes,
And you look at obviously you look at politics. I ain't gonna call them politics, but politics all over the world, right? Especially in this country, you got lobbyists. What they do, they go out and get money, which is legal bribery. They taking legal bribes,
Yes, sir.
and you taking this 150K, 300K, and now this person or this institution wants you to try to push these laws
Yes, sir.
through through Congress. So
I didn't specifically say, I didn't mean to cut you off, but because I didn't specifically say quid pro quo, you do this for me, I'll do that for you. Because I didn't specifically say it, then it wasn't no bribe.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Although I slid you this money, I ain't say nothing.
Right.
But I got an agenda.
Right.
I would love to get these things done in my ward,
my district,
or in my district, in my state,
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I slid you that money, but I didn't say, do these things for me, and here's the payment for it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We dealing with technicalities.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what scribes and Pharisees do.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You deal with technicalities.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So This is why the Lord told him up front, man, don't take no gift.
That's right.
Yep.
Because it's gonna mess you up. It's gonna put you in a situation.
Yep.
It's gonna cause you to get caught up in something because you feel like I gotta do this now.
Yep.
Or it's gonna cause you to judge unrighteously.
That's right.
Well, that's what
Yes,
the
sir.
people did. They started to judge for hire,
Yeah.
for reward.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, y'all gonna stand before me. I'm gonna judge the matter, but you done already gave me the manila envelope the other day
Yes, sir.
Yep.
with the 50 shekels in it. So
Yeah.
even though I know that you wrong, you done already gave me the loot. So now I'm gonna judge this matter. I'm perverting judgment.
That's
Yep.
right.
I'm gonna judge in favor of the one that's wicked because that's the one that gave me the gift.
Yep.
That's the one that gave me the money under the table.
Yes, sir.
This just leads to a whole bunch of unrighteousness. And this is why the Lord said don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
You know. But let's move forward because Brother Hisamak, I added that 18th chapter Chronicles for you, bro. You know,
Yeah. Definitely, man.
Kind of lead,
It's
lead
gonna lead
in.
them in there. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, bro.
Yeah.
And hey, I appreciate that, man,
Yes,
because
sir.
this is a situation right here, man. In Second Chronicles, man. Ahaz, which was a wicked king, hooked up with a righteous king, Jehoshaphat. And from the jump, man, just Ahaz, a wicked dude gonna do wicked. It
Right.
don't matter, man.
Right.
And Jehoshaphat, man, a righteous guy, man, trying to be as righteous in all points of his lifestyle and whatever he do,
Yes,
man. And but this is gonna lead you into this other scripture that's really gonna have a heat on it. But this is Second Chronicles, the 18th chapter, and verse 1.
I got you, brother.
Yes, sir, brother.
Now Jehoshaphat had riches and honor in abundance,
Mm-hmm.
and joined affinity with Ahab.
So they hooked up. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And one reason they hooked up, hey man, I'm the king of Judah, you the king of Israel.
Brother.
We're still brothers.
Yeah,
Man,
right.
so now they okay, man. We let's get together, man. There's some stuff that I want to take back, and the
Yes,
war
sir.
we gonna fight. Let's do it. So they
And-
joined
and-
together.
And before we continue on, this is a point that we got to drive home. That listen, when you trying to walk, righteously, and you trying to show brotherly love or sisterly love to people, you still gotta be careful.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because people see that you kind-hearted, or people see that you got that brotherly love for them, and they gonna use that to try to suck you into something.
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? And so you trying to be righteous, and you trying not to offend. That sometimes gets us caught up with the wrong person or just in a bad situation.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yep.
Because if you really trying to walk in Christ, man, you don't want to offend, and you want to show. In general, you want to show, hey, that brotherly kindness, sisterly kindness.
Yes,
But
sir.
some people know that, and they wicked, and they want to try to manipulate you because of that.
Yep.
And so, hey, Jehoshaphat being a righteous king, and Ahab being obviously wicked,
Yep.
but Ahab know that Jehoshaphat is righteous,
Yep. Oh,
and
yeah.
so he gonna try to use that. Because what do the wicked want? The wicked want somebody righteous to be with them, because they figure if I got somebody that's righteous with me, this gonna prosper.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Yep.
So let me find somebody that's righteous, because then maybe the Lord will make us prosper, because I got you with me.
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
You see what I'm saying? So
And that's again, bro. That's a good point because they went into this battle disguised. You know what I'm saying? They went into the battle disguised.
right,
Jehoshaphat had on his kingly apparel in his chariot. Ahab was in some other type of clothes in a chariot off the,
and really, it kind of looked like he sent them off.
Yes,
like
sir.
he was sending them off.
Like Ahab was sending them off. Like, look,
sending
man,
them off.
I'm gonna wear these clothes, and I'm gonna have them. He doing something totally different. He sending Jehoshaphat out there like he gonna send them off.
Like he gonna, man, like he
But
gonna send them.
But that's what the wicked do. That's what the wicked do. They don't care. They don't care who they step on. They don't care who they hurt. They don't care what they got to do as long as they get the outcome that they looking for.
Right.
And again, we can't read this whole
Right.
chapter, but
Right.
that's you kind of see like, man, he's sending the dude off, man, because we trying to take back. I think they was
Right.
trying to take back Ramoth Gilead or something like that, or whatever they was trying to do.
Right.
And he sent them off, man. But again, the Lord know what he's doing.
Right.
That dude pulled that bow back and just shot him, man. Hit that mug in between his armor.
Right.
And he had to get carried out of the battle, and he died later on. But
Yeah.
again, it when you look at it from a whole bunch of different other angles, it was like he was sending the man off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But trying to accomplish what he wanted to accomplish, his agenda.
Right.
And
Exactly.
they really want that, man. So
But and then using their brotherhood, because hey, man, they all Israel.
they
period.
all Israel. Yes, sir.
And using Jehoshaphat's, obviously, the righteous love their brothers. And
Yes,
sisters.
sir. Yes,
You
sir.
know what I'm saying? That's a characteristic of a righteous person. They
Yes, sir.
love their brothers and sisters.
Yes, sir.
They got that brotherly love.
Yeah, they love what you can do for them. That's all
Right.
they love.
That's what he was doing.
Right. What?
Hey, hey, let's get this army. Let's double the army. We're gonna go out here and whoop these.
Right. But look here, man. I ain't gonna go up like right in the front. So
Saying,
you go this way, and then I'm gonna lay in the cut, and I'm gonna put these clothes on, and I'm just going. And he looking to see, what's going on,
Right.
what's gonna happen. But again, Jehoshaphat is we gonna read. He gonna manipulate him. He gonna give him a gift. He's gonna do something nice for him to persuade him, to pull him into this.
Yeah.
Which, even though the Lord gonna have Micaiah the prophet let him know that, hey man, this ain't gonna work anyway.
Yeah.
But he trying. This is what he doing. He trying to get him. He getting them caught up in a situation to where he gonna feel obligated.
Yeah, right. Definitely, bro. Can you, go ahead in verse 2, brother.
Yes, sir. And after certain years, he went down to Ahab to Samaria, and Ahab killed sheep and oxen for him in abundance, and for the people that he had with him, and persuaded him to go up with him to Ramoth Gilead.
Mm-hmm.
And Ahab, king of Israel, said unto Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, wilt thou go with me to Ramoth Gilead? And he answered him, I am as thou art, and my people as thy people. We will be with thee in the war.
So basically, man, he set out the nice banquet, killed all these sheep and stuff, man, showing the people love. And they kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, man, yeah, okay. Hey, you want to go up there with me to Ramoth Gilead, man? Right. We're going to go up there and get it, and then come back and this all love.
Right.
But that wasn't the Lord's plan.
Right.
The Lord's plan was, it's time for Ahab to expire. I'm gonna cancel him out here.
Right.
He did enough. It's over with. So they join lead to go to the war, and we kind of know, man, Jehoshaphat is spared in the war. Ahab is killed. Now let's look at 2 Chronicles, the 19th chapter, and I like this one a whole lot because the prophet gonna come and he gonna say some heavy stuff to him.
Right.
And this stuff is
right.
This is one of these good like check moments, eye-opener moments. Like, bro, you did that. This is what you do. Bad behavior. You can't do that, man.
And he had good intentions.
And he had good intentions.
He had good intentions, but that just lets you know. Listen, I want y'all to understand. Everybody that feeds you, not your friend.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You can't get caught up in your stomach.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The book tell you about people who God is their belly.
Yes, sir.
They God is their belly, man. They God is based upon their own lust and their own desires and what they can get.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
what their God is.
Yep.
So everybody that feeds you, everybody that's nice to you, you gotta, everybody want to try to, give you stuff or give you gifts or whatever. You gotta kind of be mindful.
Yes, sir.
You gotta know what kind of person you dealing with.
Yeah.
You might be dealing with a person who's just doing those things because they want to put in your mind that you obligated to do what they want you to do.
Right.
Yep. Yep.
Hey man, I'm gonna kill this fatted calf and we gonna eat good, but tomorrow I'm gonna need you to go do this hit for me. Now, you need to be like, listen, I'm gonna wait till I go home before I get me something to eat,
Yes,
bro.
sir.
I can't do no hit for you, man, for some beef ribs. I can't do it.
Yeah.
For some filet mignon, I can't do the hit for you. But this is what Ahab was doing.
Yep. Yep.
He persuaded them because, hey man, he laid out all this big feast, and they was eating good, drinking good, and he made them feel, welcome and all of that. But he was still wicked.
Yes.
Ahab was still wicked.
Mm-hmm.
A wicked person can be nice.
Yep.
Being nice don't mean nothing. That's why the Lord talk about, hey man, love your enemies.
That's
Pray
right.
for them that despitefully use you. Because
Yep.
you say, what reward do you got, man? A sinner love them. A sinner love those that love them.
That's
Yep.
right.
Yep.
So if that's all you only love those that love you, that ain't nothing. Sinner do the same thing.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? A wicked person can be nice. A
Yep.
wicked person can give gifts. That don't mean that they got your best interest at heart.
Yep. Yep.
But anyway, I'm gonna
Yep.
go to
Second
19. Yes, sir.
Chronicles 19, brother. You can pick it up at verse 1, brother.
And Jehoshaphat, the king of Judah, returned to his house in peace to Jerusalem.
Yep.
And Jehu, the son of Hananiah, the seer, went out to meet him and said to King Jehoshaphat, shouldest thou help the ungodly and love them that hate the Lord? Therefore is wrath upon thee from before the Lord.
And this again, this is check scripture. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just one of the ones you get kind of checked, man. You come back to your house in peace, and now here come the seer, the prophet, to greet you, and he say this to you. This is something that you don't want to hear. Because he's seeing that, it's his brother, but he said, man, shouldest thou help the ungodly and love them that hate the Lord? That's something, man, that he never thought about deeper.
Right.
He just was like, hey, man, he had that feast, they had that food, and then he slide in there, man, hey, man, let's go up here to Ramoth Gilead and get that.
Right.
But again, Ahaz hated the Lord. He was ungodly, man, from the top of his head to the sole of his foot.
And then Jehoshaphat ignored even when the Lord had Micaiah the prophet tell them,
that's right.
Look, man, the Lord put a lion spirit in the mouth of all Ahab prophets because they was all prophets of Baal.
Yep.
So he told them.
Yep.
He said, look, who gonna persuade Ahab to go up to Ramoth Gilead and fall?
Yep.
But Jehoshaphat still went anyway.
Yep.
So he had to feel, and Jehoshaphat wasn't slow, because when all them prophets, them 400 prophets said that, Jehoshaphat said, hey, we ain't got no prophet of the Lord.
Yep.
Besides, you have any besides these?
So he knew, because he knew what Ahab was doing. He knew Ahab didn't serve the God of Israel, man. Right. That's why he's asked for a prophet of the Lord, because he knew, like, we need a prophet of the Lord to tell us something, because man, it was evident to him that the word of them 400 prophets, he wasn't giving that much weight.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But even after he knew that, he still went up.
Yeah.
And this is what can happen to any of us.
Yes, sir.
You know somebody not right, but that's your friend. or that's your brother, or whatever it may be. They don't have to be like, I'm not saying that they just outright wicked, but they could be in the wrong. And now, because y'all got this relationship, now you're going to kind of go along with it because you don't want them to get mad at you. You don't want them to be upset with you. And it's easy to fall into that.
Yes, sir.
And he still went up with him anyway, knowing full well what the prophet of the Lord had told him what was happening. So he had to feel some kind of obligation.
Yeah.
So he just went on ahead and went along with it. And then the Lord was merciful to him because they was gonna kill Jehoshaphat.
Yeah.
But then when they seen that it wasn't Ahab, they backed off of him. And the Lord was merciful for that.
Yeah.
All the Lord had already put it on their mind.
Yep.
He said, "Don't fight with neither great nor small,
right?
But the King of Israel. That's all I want."
Yeah.
Yep. But now that prophet letting them know, hey man, so you just gonna join yourself and ride with the wicked.
That's right.
Yep.
That I don't care who he is. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, you don't align yourself, and you got to be strong enough. Certain situations, you're like, hey bro, listen, I can't move with you with this. If you want to do it, hey man, you do what you have to do, but I can't move with you, man. You got right. But you got to go at it alone because this is what can get you in trouble.
Yes, sir. Verse 3, brother. Go ahead. Brother.
Nevertheless, there are good things found in thee, and that thou hast taken away the groves out of the land, and hast prepared thine heart to seek God.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Skip down to verse 6, brother, and continue to read.
And said to the judges, take heed what ye do, for ye judge not for man, but for the Lord.
Yes, sir.
Who is with you in the judgment.
So Jehoshaphat had went and put judges throughout all Judah.
Right.
And he said, and this is what he telling them when they doing their job.
Right.
This is what he said. Take heed what ye do, for ye judge not for man, but for the Lord.
Yes, sir.
That's a huge statement to tell somebody, hey, man, I hired you or you've been put in place to do a job.
Right.
Now, take heed how you do it because you ain't doing it for no regular man. You doing it for the Lord. That is something, man, because if the judge got fear and going to respect God and going to honor God, man, he going to give out the just judgment.
That's right.
Right.
He ain't gonna be blind. He ain't gonna have nothing that's gonna pervert his judgment because he ain't doing it for no man. He doing it for the Lord.
Right.
And that's what's key. That's what we gotta kind of remember, man. He put people in place so that they can do righteousness.
Right.
And if they don't think they doing, if they think they doing it for another man, trying to hold down another man, you can get blinded like that.
Yes, sir.
But when you saying, "Hey, man, God is the the husbandman," you know what I'm saying?
Right.
God is the overseer of all this.
That's right.
So I can't get nothing over on him. So this judgment that I'm gonna do, I ain't thinking about no man. I'm thinking about the Lord.
Yes, sir.
And if you thinking about the Lord when you judging, it's going to be righteous. It's going to be just. It's going to be fair. It's going to be with equity. It's going to be without a bias. It's going to be all this stuff that once people see it, you can be like, oh, man, the sentence is what the Lord's sentence is, so be it.
Yes, sir.
And that's the key.
Let me read verse 7.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, bro.
Wherefore now let the fear of the Lord be upon you. Take heed and do it. For there is no iniquity with the Lord our God, nor respect of persons, nor taking of gifts.
And that's it in a nutshell, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why one thing that once I seen that the Lord wasn't no respect of person, and he was I like to say he an equal opportunity killer. He gonna hurt everybody equally.
That's right.
He ain't gonna spare nobody. If you deserve a pumpkin head, you're gonna get it. If you deserve mercy, you're gonna get it.
Yes, sir.
And with that in your mind, can't nothing persuade you one way or the other. you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna take no gifts because hey, God ain't gonna take no gifts because He made everything that was made.
Yep.
Only gift you can get the Lord is you being righteous and obedient. You see what I'm saying? And time and time again, man, you know, man, in our world and in our society, man, everything might have a bias. You know what I'm saying? Judgment might have a bias. And when you dealing with righteousness, according to thus said the Lord, ain't no bias there. Ain't no respect of person there. Ain't all these isms there. All you got to deal with is just judgment and righteousness.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. So yeah, let's move on. Let's go to Acts the 5th chapter, Brother Ozias. You wanted to go here, and again, we just showing again circumstances. You can start off with right intentions and end up doing the wrong thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All depending on how your mind works, how your mind go. And the mind of a man is terrible. It's horrible.
Yes, sir.
And when you're not paying attention to yourself, this is what happens.
Yes, sir.
Now, this brother here, obviously he had good intentions in the beginning.
Yes, sir.
But again, once everything started to happen, then the lust of the flesh kicked in.
Yes, sir.
Like y'all done heard me say plenty of times. The sin, the one that leads to all them other sins, is covetousness.
Right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Lust. That's gonna lead you to break all other commands.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Because once lust kick in, I don't care who you are. Once lust and covetousness kick in, and you let it take hold on you, you finished.
That's right.
You know, the book even called it idolatry.
Yep.
You know, he even called it idolatry. So I mean, that's the one that's gonna lead you to break all other commands.
Yes, sir.
That's the one that's gonna cause you to go against God, and that's what happened here.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Even though he started off obviously with good intentions.
Yep.
But the lust of that game kicked in, and then they went straight to the left.
Yes, sir.
So we're gonna go to Acts 5, and
I'll read it for you, Brother Ozias.
Okay. And this is brother, you know, Ananias. This is when the church was, you know, the Lord was putting things together. Everybody said, hey, I don't want to have more than you, and I don't want you to have more than me. Everything gonna be common. So we're gonna put everything together and dish it out as it should be to each other, so we can have all things common.
Yes, sir.
You know, that solves a lot of things. You know, you don't have nobody envying this person or envying that person because of what he got. We got all the same thing.
Yep.
But this brother is going to make a vow. But go ahead and read verse 1.
But a certain man named Ananias, with Sapphira his wife, sold a possession and kept back part of the price. His wife also being privy to it, and brought a certain part and laid it at the apostles' feet.
So they went and sold whatever they had said they was going to sell and bring, you know, the full amount of whatever they sold.
Yeah,
so I guess they probably got a little bit more for what they wasn't expecting. But remember, what it was from the beginning was all things common. So if you got anything extra, that should go in there too. But then you got that lust, like Brother Obadiah was saying. You got that lust that it then blinded you.
right.
Blinded your mind, and now you want more than what you agreed upon.
Yep.
Go ahead and read.
Verse 3. But Peter said, Ananias, why have Satan filled thine heart to lie to the Holy Ghost and to keep back part of the price of the land?
So whatever the land was sold for, it had to be more than what was what he thought it should be. So he probably thought it was going to sell for this amount and sold for a little bit more. So, well, since I thought it was going to sell for this amount. I guess I can keep this part. No, you said you was going to give everything that you got from the land. We going to do all things common.
Yep.
Go ahead, brother.
Verse 4. Whilst it remained, was it not thine own?
So I guess from the beginning, you could have said, well, if I get a little bit more from this land, I probably would want to keep it. But no, he made the vow to give whatever this land,
right,
whatever this land's worth, I'm giving it so we can have all things common. We distribute it.
Yep.
So go ahead and read, brother.
And after it was sold, was it not in thine own power? Why hast thou conceived this thing in thine heart? Thou hast not lied unto men, but unto God.
So in his mind, he conceived in his mind, I don't have to get his whole thing. And who gonna know?
Yep.
Who gonna know if I don't get his whole thing? You know, what it was worth, I got a little bit more. So who gonna know?
Yep.
The Lord know.
Yep.
The Lord.
Yep.
Go ahead and read, brother.
And Ananias, hearing these words, fell down and gave up the ghost. And great fear came on all them that heard these things.
So if he had been put in that circumstance of getting a little more for the land, he probably would have even had this problem. Whatever he would have got, he probably just gave it and been coming.
Yep.
But since he wanted gain, since he saw that gain, he said his heart, his mind, perverted his mind. Perverted by them circumstances. Just that circumstance of getting a little bit more than what you would have normally got, then you want to hold back some of it.
Yep.
But skip down to verse 7.
And it was about the space of 3 hours when his wife, not knowing what was done, came in.
So it got him and then even her. She could have said, well, we actually did sell it for a little bit more than what it was worth. You know, we got a little bit more for it from what it was worth, and we did keep that. Because he asked her, right? You know, go ahead and read, brother.
And Peter answered unto her, tell me whether ye sold the land for so much.
So it obviously was worth one price and they got a little bit more, because he said, tell me whether you sold it for so much. He obviously went in and said, okay, here's what we got for it, and kept back the extra little part. But go ahead and read, brother.
And she said, yea, for so much. Then Peter said unto her, how is it that ye have agreed together to tempt the Spirit of the Lord?
So they agreed together. So whatever he was thinking, he put on her mind too. So we're going to do this thing together.
Yep.
She could have said, no, we shouldn't do this. But they agreed together to do it.
Yep.
Go ahead and read, brother.
Behold, the feet of them which have buried thy husband are at the door, and shall carry thee out. Then fell she down straightway at his feet, and yielded up the ghost. And the young men came in and found her dead, and carried her forth, buried her by her husband. So
Peter actually gave her a chance. He actually gave her a chance. All she had to do was say, no, we sold it for a little bit more. But she had that covetous, that lust in her mind for whatever that gain was, that extra gain was they got.
Yep.
And she didn't tell the truth.
Yep.
But she was thinking the same thing. She didn't know about her husband, so she was thinking the same thing. Who gonna know?
Yep.
Who is gonna know?
Yep.
But
being
situation.
Yep. And all these situations, you can get caught up in them real easy.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, again, this ain't about. This is about being aware of all these pitfalls.
Yes, sir.
All these things that can come upon us and throw us off.
Yep.
Because you want to be able to catch yourself.
Yes, sir.
You gonna get caught up in a situation.
Yes, sir.
It's gonna happen.
Sir. Yeah.
You know, it ain't like this ain't gonna never. It's gonna happen.
Territory, brother. Yes, sir.
That's a part of this walk. But to have the strength to have the awareness to catch yourself
Yes, sir.
is what we need.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes, sir.
when we puffed up and we so caught up in trying to show how smart we are, you're gonna find out how slow you really are.
Yes, sir.
When you get
Yes,
caught
sir.
up in the situation.
Yeah.
Because you're not paying attention. You're not really paying attention to the things that really matter.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
You got to be able to catch yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ain't gonna be nobody there to catch you
Yeah.
all the time.
That's right.
There ain't gonna be no brother there. You or your spouse, again, like in this situation, they was in that together.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
his
Yeah.
wife, he ain't even had a godly wife to say, "Hey, nah, we can't do
Nah,
this."
wait. That's what I'm saying.
And that's what you want with in a husband or a wife.
Yes,
That's
sir.
what I'm saying. Like,
A husband,
nah.
a
Yeah.
husband, hey, I know a lot of brothers want a wife. They just want to tell them what to do. But what you do want is a godly wife
Yes, sir.
that's gonna say, hey, I don't think we should do this.
Yeah.
Right.
That ain't something I want to do.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the same thing,
Yeah.
sister, you want a godly husband because one of y'all should have the mind to say, no, we got to do the right thing.
Yeah.
And maybe
Yes,
that
sir.
would change the other one from the
Exactly.
folly
Yep.
that he was about to do.
Yeah.
He or she was about to do. They say, hey,
Yep.
I ain't going along with you on this one. Okay.
Yep.
Right.
You're right. I ain't gonna go along. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna
Yep.
And that's and that ain't gonna be there all the time. So you gonna have there's gonna be moments, man. You gotta catch yourself
Yep.
Yes, sir.
before you go too far to the
Yep.
left. So, but again, they had good intentions in the beginning,
Yes, sir.
but when that money showed up, all of a sudden that lust kicked in, and they couldn't recover themselves.
Yep.
Right.
They fell head first into that trap. The situation changed once they got their money, and now they trying to do what people do is they try to be slick.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We ain't gonna do all that. We gonna, you trying to maneuver, and you trying to put some in your sock, and we're gonna get a rest over to them. But like Ozai said, they ain't gonna know. Ain't nobody gonna know.
Ain't nobody gonna know. Yep.
But the Lord had already showed Peter, like, hey man, they on some garbage.
That's right. That's
Peter
right.
let him know, hey man, you ain't lying to me. You ain't lying to me.
Yep.
You lying to God. You know what I'm saying? And people don't get that. People don't get that. Look, man, you ain't hurting me. You ain't hurting me. You saying stuff, ain't doing it, and you going through all this, man. You got to deal with the Lord.
That's
Yes,
right.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yourself.
And you know what I'm saying? You got to deal with the Lord. I ain't got no kingdom for you. I ain't got no lake of fire to put you in. I could, but you ain't doing this when you dealing with the ministry. You ain't doing this for me.
That's right.
Yes,
You
sir.
doing this.
Yes,
You
sir.
doing this for God. You trying to show yourself worthy to the true and living God, not to men.
Yep.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
And that's why people do off the wall stuff, because they think it's about men,
Yep.
and they think they hurting men, or they showing men that they somebody. But in reality, you doing this for the Most High.
Yes, sir.
You doing this for the kingdom of God, not for me.
Yep.
But again, they got caught up, and the circumstances that they found themselves in caused them to do something dishonest.
That's right.
So we gonna move along. Though we gonna go to 1 Samuel, the 2nd chapter, because once again, brothers, we've been talking a lot, and it's been mostly me this time, so I can't really say nothing. I've been the motor mouth today. But 1 Samuel, the 2nd chapter, and we're gonna pick it up at verse 27.
All right.
Because again, we looking at, when you in a situation.
Yes, sir.
In this case, it's going to be Eli the priest, but it's going to be his sons that's wicked, and he told him, man, this ain't good what you're doing. But then the Lord is going to hold him accountable still, because he should have did more.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes you can't do more, right? You can tell somebody, your loved ones, you could try to, steer them in the right way, and they gonna go the wrong way anyway.
Yes, sir.
But there are times when you can do more. To enforce what's right. And then the times that you just got to understand that, look, I'm probably going to be the bad guy. They're not going to like me. They're going to be upset with me. But I'm going to put my foot down and I'm going to enforce.
That's right.
Righteousness. I'm not just I ain't finna let it. If I got the means to make sure it happens the right way, I'm going to do it.
Yes.
And you just gonna have to be upset. You ain't gonna talk to me. That's fine. You gonna have to get over it in a couple of days. But I can't just let this go.
Yep.
And because he didn't do that, the Lord gonna tell him what he gonna do to him and his house. And see, these are the times when the Lord, you see how the Lord can like you say, he an equal opportunity killer.
Man,
he real merciful, but there are times when the Lord ain't. When he fed up, he do you in. He do you in for real.
Yes, sir.
There ain't no coming back from it.
Yes.
So, people don't never want to pay no attention to this. All they want to deal with is the mercy part of it. What about when the mercy done ran out?
Yes, sir. Ran out. Yes, sir.
Then what?
Yes, sir.
And this is what happened with Eli in his house. We're gonna pick it up at 1 Samuel 2 and verse 27, brother.
I can get it.
Okay.
And there came a man of God unto Eli and said unto him, Thus saith the Lord, that I plainly appear unto the house of thy father when they were in Egypt in Pharaoh's house. And did I choose him out of all the tribes of Israel to be my priest, to offer upon mine altar, to burn incense, to wear an ephod before me? And did I give unto the house of thy father all the offerings made by fire of the children of Israel?
So now the prophet running down to him. Now you talking about Aaron.
Yep.
Because Aaron, only people that could be the high priest was Aaron and his seed. So he letting them know. Did not choose your father to do all of this. So he's letting him know the gravity, the seriousness of what's going on.
Yep.
See, sometimes we got to think about, man, the seriousness of your job.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Because you might be looking at it just what's right in front of your face, but then you got to go back and look at, okay, this was set up before me.
That's right.
And then the Lord set this up. Yep. That's what he letting them know. Like, man, you taking this lightly. Because, hey, man, didn't I choose your father to do all this? Then I set this up. And this how you see what I'm saying? This is how you treating and operating on what the Lord set up.
That's right.
Yeah.
On what the Lord set up, you treating it like this. This is why part of why he got in trouble. But go ahead, brother. Verse 29.
Wherefore kick ye at my sacrifice and at mine offering, which I have commanded in my habitation, and honorest thy sons above me, to make yourselves fat with the chiefest of all the offerings of Israel, my people.
So he said, why do you honor your sons above me?
Wow.
Man.
Because that's how the look. Because that's how the Lord. That's what He saw.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Yes, sir.
So you honoring your sons, but you don't care about your position that the Lord set up before you was born
That's right.
and established this.
Mm-hmm.
You honoring your sons over the Lord because you letting them do this. You see what I'm saying? Understanding what your responsibility is in the ministry, you got to take it serious. Because people be playing. People be playing, man. They think this a game. They think they could just speak against, the elders that the Lord set up, and try to, pump themselves up above everybody else, talk crazy, say all kind of off the wall things. People don't take this serious.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Some brothers don't take this serious, man. This ain't nothing to play with, because this is what the Lord set up.
Yeah.
He set this up.
That's right.
All we doing is we coming along down the road, and then He looked at you and had some mercy. He looked at me and had some mercy.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Some scoundrels that said, "Yeah, I guess I could use him. Use him for something."
Yeah.
But man, we ain't set this up.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
We ain't write this book.
Yep.
We ain't set none of this up. All we doing is coming along down the line, and whatever little part, whatever little responsibility we got, we trying to do it to the best of our ability.
Yep.
But it ain't nothing to play with.
Yep.
And so He's letting them know, man, you gonna honor your sons above me. So what your sons want to do is more important than how this priesthood should be operated.
Yeah.
Which is a representation of the true priesthood.
Right.
Yeah.
So you gonna do this any kind of way, huh? You going before the veil.
Yeah.
You sprinkling the blood of the sin offering.
That's right.
You going behind the veil on the Day of Atonement, and you sprinkling the blood for all the sins of all the people.
Yes, sir.
This how you acting?
Yeah.
And this is the position that you in. That's why the book talk about when much is given, much is required.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't want that much. I don't want that much responsibility. Because I know me, man. I'm gonna mess up. I'm gonna mess up. I can't even write a lesson down without writing the wrong chapter and verse in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we all got that problem.
Hey, yo, tell you.
Man, I can't even do that right. So I know I'm gonna mess up.
Yeah.
But hey, man, his position that couldn't happen.
Yeah.
That just couldn't happen.
Right.
So we gonna keep reading, brother. Verse 30.
Mm-hmm.
Wherefore the Lord God of Israel said, I said indeed that thy house and the house of thy father should walk before me forever. But now the Lord said, be it far from me, for them that honor me, I will honor, and they that despise me shall be lightly esteemed.
And it's something we need to pay attention to today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
People caught up in trying to be super Hebrew, super knowledge person. I know everything, and like the Lord had written many times in the book, hey man, you converting His holy name.
That's right.
Yep.
Your name personally ain't nothing.
Yep.
My name ain't nothing.
Yes, sir.
But who you supposed to represent?
Yeah.
You representing the true and living God, man.
Yes, sir.
You perverting His name.
Yes, sir.
And then, like Paul said, and I like saying that because I know people hate Paul. But like Paul said to them brothers in Romans, He was talking. He say, man, you the name of God is blasphemed amongst the Gentiles because of y'all.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Yep.
The ones who supposed to be teaching and leading the people in the right way and got the oracles of God. The name of the Lord being blasphemed because of you, because of how you act.
Yep.
So look, man, if you ain't gonna honor the Lord with your actions and with your walk, you should really consider
That's right.
finding you another profession or something.
Yeah.
Because this ain't the one. Because if the Lord lightly esteem you, man, what do that mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What you lightly esteem?
Yeah. You ain't got nothing good coming.
Right. You know that don't sound like nothing positive is coming on the other side of that.
That's what I'm
Just
saying.
don't.
It don't.
You know, so he letting them know, hey man, you honor the ones that honor me, you know, hey, he gonna honor them. But he say the ones that despise me, hey, they gonna be lightly esteemed. Verse 31, brother.
Behold, the days come that I will cut off thine arm and the arm of thy father's house, that there shall not be an old man in thine house.
Look, he told the man, it ain't gonna be no old man in your house.
Wow.
Now, who want to hear that?
Nobody.
Yeah, man.
I mean, see this how, man, when the Lord get grimy, when he get grimy with you, man, it's grimy for real. It ain't gonna be no old man in your house.
Yep.
So, but because he said you honoring your sons above me. Let's go to 1 Samuel, the 3rd chapter, and we're gonna pick it up at verse 11. This is just a continuation.
Okay.
But he gonna tell Samuel what he gonna do to Eli. 1 Samuel 3, and we're gonna pick it up at verse 11. Go ahead, bro.
And the Lord said to Samuel, behold, I will do a thing in Israel, at which both the ears of everyone that heareth it shall tingle. In that day I will perform against Eli all things which I have spoken concerning his house. When I begin, I will also make an end. For I have told him that I will judge his house forever for the iniquity which he knoweth, because his sons made themselves vile, and he restrained them not.
He said, because look, his sons made themselves vile, and it say he restrained them not.
Right.
Now he did tell them they shouldn't be doing what they was doing.
Yeah.
If you would have read in the 2nd chapter, he told them that y'all should be doing this, but he still didn't restrain them.
That's right.
He still didn't restrain them. So again, the Lord is looking at him like, hey man, you were supposed to put an end to that.
That's right.
Yep.
That means it was in his power to do it.
Yep.
And he didn't restrain them. So because them your sons, you know, you trying to be, hey man, y'all know that ain't right. You shouldn't be doing it. But then you still sitting back watching it go on. But hey man, you the priest.
That's right.
You the priest. What? Hey man, you could have put an end to it all.
Yes, sir.
And so because he didn't, because the people he was dealing with, those were his sons. That's his seed.
Yep.
And that will cause you to turn a blind eye.
That's right.
Or, you know, kind of let things go on.
Yeah. Overlook it.
Overlooking things when you know you should be dealing with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But because, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
And again, man, this example in particular, man, you know, all the people knew what his sons was doing.
That's right.
Right.
This wasn't hid in no corner type stuff. You know,
right.
So when the Lord go into that conversation that he had with him in the 2nd chapter, man, everybody knew that his sons was bogus.
Right.
And they was, you know, again, you know, I hate comparing it to like, you know, politics or the government or people in power, but these was people that was in power in positions abusing that
That's
title and that
Right.
position to manipulate the people, to
Right.
cause wickedness to spread, to cause all this stuff to spread. And now these, you know, these are family members you can hooked up or they got clout or positions because of you. You just gonna
Right.
be like, man, y'all chill. Instead of saying, hey, bro, you fired, go home.
That's
You
right.
can't come back.
Right.
Right.
This stuff is, and if the brother had looked at it like, hey man, all this is holy. These offerings is holy. Why you messing with it? You know, it's said over there too. We ain't read it that he was, you know, messing with the women. You know what I'm saying? That's you doing things because you got power in a position and you think, man, I'm good because that's my dad over there. Oh
Right.
man, my dad is over all this, man. I'm
Right.
good. I'm gonna do, you know what I'm saying? So it just shows how people get in these situations, how his sons just did worse and worse and worse, and then he had knowledge of all of them. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? I mean, imagine you knowing, man, that hey, man, bro, y'all the ones keeping up nonsense. People coming up here to receive and offer to the Lord, man, but y'all
Right.
over here, man, you know, taking the best of the offerings, you know, abusing the sisters that's coming through and all that.
Right.
Man, it's those are the issues, man, that we see even that made its way down to these days in the church.
Right.
And it's people that might have knowledge and they turn a blind eye to that as well now. This is why, you know, in certain organizations, you had people dealing with kids, molesting kids, and they sending those people away and people turning the blind eye to it. When you know they doing stuff that's hurting
Right.
people.
That's right.
Right. The ones who are called priests,
Are called priests.
and you know, you because they're a priest now, you gonna let this person slide. So we gonna ship you off to, you know, another
congregation.
another parish somewhere
Yep.
on the other side of the country, you know, so you can continue doing it over there.
Yes, sir.
But again, this is the same thing.
Same
You
thing.
see what I'm saying? Them your sons, so you don't wanna, you really don't want to fix the problem.
Yep.
And it's in your power to do it. Or in this organization, you got the power to stop some things from happening, but you won't do it because you know the circumstances, the situation. We trying to put up the front. We trying to put ourselves in the best light. You know, it's political now.
Yep.
So we trying to put ourselves in the best light. So we can't just let all of this stuff that's going on out because we trying to put ourselves in the best light. So we not gonna stop it from happening, but we gonna sweep it under the rug.
Yep.
Knowing that it's still gonna happen.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A dude that's a thief, he's still at your house, but you don't. Well, let's not let nobody know he a thief.
Yeah.
So,
Somebody else house stealing.
he gonna keep stealing. He
Yeah.
gonna just go to another house and he gonna steal
Yep.
because that's what he does. He's a thief. And again, like you even said, in it's all political, but the same thing. You know, this my daddy, the mayor or the governor or whatever, and the kids is buck wild.
Yep.
My daddy, the preacher, he run this church. Kids buck wild.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
See what I'm saying? Because you know that hey, my family member in charge. You can't tell me nothing.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go out here and act crazy because you know that your buddy, your friend, your family member, whoever, you know, for the most part, they're gonna give you leniency
Yes, sir.
Yep.
because they trying to uphold the system, or they trying to uphold the face of the organization or the building or whatever it may be. Or it's just because their love for you, they gonna put you above God, which is what Eli did.
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
Yep.
You know, he honored his sons over God instead of saying, "Hey, man, what y'all doing is foul. You go hit the showers.
Yeah. Yep.
You ain't doing nothing, man. Go hit the showers."
That's
Yep.
right.
But like the Lord say, man, you honor your sons over me, so I know what I'm gonna do. Ain't gonna be an old man in your house.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But again, he's blinded. He was persuaded by the fact that those were his sons that was doing all of this, and obviously he couldn't he couldn't bring himself, man, to really do what needed to be done,
Yes, sir.
which was remove them. You see what I'm saying? Remove them or whatever it was.
Yep.
But the Lord say, man, you could have did something about it and didn't do it.
Yep.
But we can all fall into that. We all got kids. You know how it is.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
You no matter, no matter who you are, man, you love your kids, and that love and that care you got for them and for other people, man, that will throw a monkey wrench in your judgment.
Yes, sir.
It can happen.
Yeah.
And that's what sometimes people count on.
Yeah.
You know, especially, guess what? That's what kids do. I'm gonna find out which parent gonna break first. They'll come ask you for something. You say no, they'll go turn around and ask the other parent for something. Same
Yeah.
thing.
Yep.
Because they want to know which one can I break.
Yep.
Which one gonna be the one that's gonna say, "Oh, okay, go ahead," because they want to be nice. They don't want to. They don't want to disappoint me, so they gonna let me have my way. That's how the game go.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah.
You know, with your kids, because I know I done did. You know, I'm gonna see which one gonna let me do it. The one who I think which usually was my father, was probably gonna be like, no. So I'm gonna go to my mother first, because I know she gonna put the word in for me. You know, my father will, no, he can't in. She might go and be able to persuade him, and he be like, yeah, okay, whatever. And so that's how the game is played.
Yes, sir.
But again, it's all about uh, him being blinded by the people,
Mhm.
by who it was, and him not moving to do something about it, and he got his whole house, him and his sons. Hey man, he got his house cursed.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't do what he's supposed to do.
Yep.
But let's move on. Let's go to Numbers 22nd chapter. And Brother Ozias, this something you wanted to deal with here
Yes, sir.
in Numbers 22.
And verse.
Verse 9. But like the Lord talk about that sin that so easily besets us. You know, I guess sometimes we don't think that that's true.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah.
But
And this is Balak. He wanted Balaam to curse Israel. So he sent some messengers unto Balaam and told him, it's a people come out of Egypt, and they big group of people come out of Egypt, I want you to go curse me this people. So he came unto Balaam and he talked, he had his messengers to talk with Balaam, and the Lord going to say something to Balaam. Verse 9.
and God, I got it.
You got it, brother?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And God came unto Balaam and said, what men are these with thee? And Balaam said unto God, Balak the son of Zippor, king of Moab, hath sent unto me, saying, Behold, there is a people come out of Egypt, which covereth the face of the earth. Come now, curse me them. Peradventure I shall be able to overcome them and drive them out.
So he wanted them to curse Israel, but God had other plans. God had other idea. Go ahead, number 12.
Yes, sir. And God said unto Balaam, Thou shalt not go with them. Thou shalt not curse the people, for they are blessed. And Balaam rose up in the morning and said unto the princes of Balak, Get ye into your land, for the Lord refuseth to give me leave to go with you. Verse 15. And Balak sent yet again princes more and more honorable than they. And they came to Balaam.
So they the Lord had already told them,
Right.
Don't go up. I don't want you cursing this people. Period. When the Lord spoke. Shouldn't have been nothing else.
Yep.
Right. And then you see what he did.
Right.
Now he gonna send more princes.
Yes, sir.
And then more honorable.
Yes,
so
sir.
You start sending your big wigs over there.
Let me sweeten the pot.
Yeah, applying you applying the pressure. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You gonna say no to this messenger? Well, let me send the chiefs over there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You know, so now you trying to again you using people to put pressure on the man.
Yes, sir.
To do what you want.
After the Lord already told him.
Right.
Told him what it is. I don't know keep going. But go ahead and read.
And they came to Balaam and said to him, Thus said Balak, the son of Zippor, Let nothing, I pray thee, hinder thee from coming unto me. For I will promote thee unto very great honor, and I will do whatsoever thou sayest unto me. Come therefore, I pray thee, curse me this people.
So here come the blinding. He blind by the circumstance of I'm gonna promote you.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. And I'm gonna do whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
Whatever, man.
Gain. This is gain here. So
the blank check.
Gold bars in his head.
Right.
Oh man, this guy's about to pay me big money.
Yeah. Right. Then you sending the big wigs to come talk to him.
Ambassadors.
So how important you gonna feel now?
Yes,
sir. You know,
but it's all a setup again. It's you creating this situation and this putting him in all these circumstances. Is you trying to persuade him to go against what thus said the Lord.
Because the Lord already told him, this is what I say about the matter.
Right.
I should have been left. But I got gold bars on my mind.
Right.
Verse 18.
Yes, sir. And Balaam answered and said unto the servants of Balak, if Balak would give me his house full of silver and gold, I cannot go beyond the word of the Lord my God.
That was the right answer there.
Right.
The right answer.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Yes,
so
sir.
It should have been left at that. Y'all going back to where y'all come from.
Right.
Yeah.
But them gold bars. It was a fight between them gold bars he thinking of and what the Lord said.
Yeah.
So now he said this. Go ahead and read.
To do less or more. Now, therefore, I pray you, tarry ye also here this night, that I may know what the Lord will say unto me more.
Already know what the Lord said to you. He already said it. Don't go with them and don't curse this people.
Yeah.
Right. So it shouldn't even been no more.
No sir.
No Terry tonight. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna go home.
What other answer you looking for? You got the answer, man.
Right.
But again, the mind starts slipping.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You start coming up with a brand new formula. You like, you know what? Hey man, look, let's just chill for a minute. Let me see. You know, maybe it'll be something different. Maybe I get another answer.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Because obviously all of that done started to, it done got to him.
Yeah,
that's right.
It done got to him. So now Now you trying to figure out, man, maybe it's another way.
And he wanted another answer. He wanted it because he wanted that reward. He wanted to be promoted.
Yeah.
But like the script said, promotion come neither from the east nor the west, but God. Right. That's where it comes from.
Yep.
But go ahead and read that 20.
And God came unto Balaam at night and said unto him, if the men come to call thee, rise up and go with them. But yet the word which I shall say unto thee, that shall thou do.
And he went along with him, but the Lord was about to kill him because he said his way was perverse before him.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Because the first time he asked the Lord told him about the matter. So his way was perverse.
Yeah.
But what blinded him was that gain.
Yep.
The lust for power and money, whatever Balak had to give him.
Yep.
Yep. All of that played into it, man. All of a sudden you got these princes and these honorable people coming to you and coming to you and they ain't coming to you like no gangster. They coming to you in peace and trying to persuade you with, and then you got this guy again, saying, hey man, look, I'm gonna give you a promotion and whatever you say, I'll make it happen for you. So again, circumstances.
Yep.
Now all of a sudden, now you starting to sway. Now you want to tarry. Well, let's tarry it, man. You already know the answer. The answer was you can't do this.
Yep.
And that should have been the end of it.
Yep.
But again, people know what to do.
Yep.
People know what to do. They know how to try to push you into a situation.
Yes.
And everybody don't do it with force. Sometimes it's with gifts. It's with sending important people to you or people that have a good reputation to you.
Yes.
Because it starts to make you feel like, man, they sent this person over here to talk to me.
Yeah, I must be somebody.
Yeah, I must be somebody, or man, it must really, maybe I should do it.
Yeah,
because it's all this pressure.
That's the most difficult.
Yeah,
that's the most difficult too. By force, you gonna resist.
Right.
But they not giving they not forcing me, so it's hard for me to resist.
Yep. And this is the thing. This is what like Brother Histomac like to say, this will start turning the brain off.
Yes, sir.
The brain start turning off, start going to sleep.
Yep.
Because now it's causing you to start looking at things the wrong way.
Yep. Yes, sir.
You start trying to find a loophole.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Instead of just going with what you know is right.
Yep.
Well, maybe I can find a loophole and a way around, and then you turn into scribe and Pharisee.
Yep.
You fall into that trap.
Yes, sir.
Trying to justify what you already know ain't right.
That's
right.
Yep.
But you gonna try to justify doing it because now the circumstances done change.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, it's something in it for me now.
That's right.
It's a promotion in it for me.
Yep.
It's this in it for me. I can gain something from it, or because of these people, now it's different because these people are bringing this to me.
Yes, sir.
And so this is how we can get caught up in all these bad circumstances.
That's right.
And end up doing the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? And it takes a person, man, to really recognize what's going on to kind of, be able to bag away from it.
Yes, sir. Yep.
No matter how the people gonna feel and whatever, to have a man bag away from that is truly a blessing.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
To have the strength to do it. But we gonna keep moving. We're gonna go to Jeremiah 17.
Yeah, definitely.
And Brother Histomac.
Yeah, man. This definitely to me, man. I remember this, man, all the time, and this is just simplicity because your circumstances can do a whole lot, and like we've been showing throughout this podcast, man, how you just led astray. You know what I'm saying? But this is right here, straightforward and simple, man. Jeremiah, the 17th chapter and the 5th verse. That's one verse. Brother Ozias, can you read that for me, brother?
Yes, sir. Thus saith the Lord, cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departed from the Lord.
And that's simple, straightforward.
Straightforward.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you get blinded or leading into your blindness or being led astray, you might be putting trust in a man.
Right.
And the Lord tell you, curse is the man that trusts in man and depart from the Lord.
Yes,
because you trusting in what he can do for me and not what the Lord say or what he's gonna do for you. All that blind everything. You know, one thing that makes it hard for people to maybe serve God is because they can't see him. But you can see that man.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
You can see that man and you can see what he got or what he can do or his power or his position.
Yep.
And it throw your mind off.
That's right.
It throw you off, and now you like, man, you know, which way do I go? What do I do? But God telling you right here, don't trust in him. You trust in me. And if you trust in him, you curse. You curse. Straightforward and simple, man. These are these scriptures that we need to really keep on our mind when we get into these circumstances, when we get into these situations. That, man, hey, man, I'm leaning on the Lord. I can't trust in this man.
That's right.
Yeah.
God is my deliverer. This man gonna lead me to a pit, to a trap, to a snare.
Because at the end of the day, man, if the Lord say no,
he mean.
I don't care what man. I don't care what man try to do to help you. Bro, it's all gonna fail.
That's right. Listen, man. A no from the Lord can't be no yes from no man.
Right.
A yes from the Lord can't be no from no man.
That's right.
It's this. We got to start to understand that, man. And that's what I understand. Hey, man, if God for you, bro, can't nothing stop
you. That's right.
Right.
But if God against you, can't nothing say.
Can't nobody help you.
Can't nobody help you. And it is what it is, man. So straightforward and simple, man. But these things, if we understand these more, it'll help us in these situations, brother.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Yes, sir. Let's move on. Let's go to 1 Kings 11, and we're gonna pick it up in verse 1. 1 Kings 11:1, because you know I want to look at again, like we was talking about in the beginning. Your knowledge don't have nothing to do with being blinded.
That's right.
The first scripture we read, man, a gift blinds the wise. So wisdom don't make you immune to this.
No, sir.
And we're gonna see that with Solomon, who had all the wisdom. But he fell victim because he put himself in a situation.
That's right.
Yep.
Where again the word of the Lord wasn't followed. The Lord told them before they even asked for a king.
That's right.
He told them they was gonna ask for one, but he told them, man, the king shouldn't multiply wives and horses.
That's right.
And he told them that for a reason. And of course, even with Solomon, with all his wisdom, he was not immune. He was not immune to being caught up.
That's right.
Because he went against what the Lord told them not to do. 1 Kings 11, and we gonna pick it up at verse 1. Brother Hisamak, get it, brother. Go ahead.
But King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, the Amorites, the Edomites, Zidonians, and Hittites, of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go into them, neither shall they come into you. For surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon clave unto these in love.
So listen, he liked all them different kind of women. You know, and so, but these the ones who the Lord told them from Jump Street, do not deal with these people.
That's right.
He say, don't, hey, look, man, don't give your daughters to their sons. And you know what I'm saying? Don't take their daughter, don't do none of that.
That's right.
Because he told them they're gonna turn your heart away.
Yep.
And what they do, they did the total opposite. The people did the total opposite.
That's right.
They didn't kick these nations, the nations they were supposed to kick out of the land. Half of them they ain't even do it. They put them in tribute, let them stay, and so they can, you know, get the money from them and get the tribute money. You know, they thinking about a come up.
That's right.
Yeah.
The wrong come up.
Wrong come up.
They thinking about the come up that they can think like, man, we could just let them stay here. We could just tax them.
Yep.
But the come up was to get them people out of the land. Period.
Yep.
So that y'all won't fall into this trap.
Yeah.
But Solomon, listen, he loved all these strange women, all these women out of all these different nations. And so now they done turned his heart. His wisdom didn't even matter.
Yeah.
His knowledge didn't matter. He fell victim to it because of the fact that he had all these strange women. Verse 3.
And he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines. And his wives turned away his heart.
It say his wives turned away his heart from serving his God. But Solomon had wisdom.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it didn't matter.
Yep.
Because he was in this, he had all these strange wives. And of course, they're going to turn your heart.
Yep.
If you love your wife or your wives or whatever, then you're going to get soft. You're going to be soft toward it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You know, you just ain't going to be hardcore 24/7.
That's right.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
And we know that, man. You know, brothers talk crazy. You know, when we around each other, I'm standing on my, you know.
Yes, sir.
And then all of a sudden, you see the brother with his wife, and you be thinking like, man, I thought this dude told me all the stuff he was talking, and this Jake can't even come outside.
That's right. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
You know, brother, I gotta spend some time with my wife. Man.
Yes.
Man, I can't hardly hear you. What you saying? Oh, you can't come outside. Oh, okay. I understand. You know, but this is how it's set up, though.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? The Lord made it for man and woman to be attracted to each other, to be one flesh. This is how he made it.
Yes, sir.
Now, obviously, he had a overabundance of wives and concubines and all of that. But the thing is, his wisdom didn't stop him from making the error.
Yep. Yep.
Didn't stop him. They turned his heart. Verse 4.
For it came to pass when Solomon was old that his wives turned away his heart after other gods. And his heart.
When he got older, that's when it kicked in.
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
As you get older, you ain't got that same fight in you no more. And that's what happened with Eli, with his sons. Eli, the book say, man, Eli was old.
Yep.
And when he got old, man, his sons was out there just, you know, they was out there buck wild doing all kind of foul things. while they was operating the priesthood. But hey man, he old, he ain't got the same spunk,
That's right.
and now you more vulnerable. And when he got old, yeah, he got more. Hey, look, he got more vulnerable, and they turned his heart. And it's somebody with all that wisdom, but he was not immune to it. Again, the Lord said, "A gift blinds the wise."
Yes, sir.
Him dealing with these strange women who he shouldn't have been dealing with anyway, who the Lord told the people when they came out of Egypt, before they even got good in the land, he told them, man, don't intermingle with these people.
Mm-hmm.
These were some of the women that he was dealing with.
Yep.
And of course, hey, a nation don't change their gods, right? Except for Israel. Israel changed their God every 5 minutes.
That's right.
But the other nations, hey, they served the gods that they served.
That's right.
And even though he was king of Israel, all them strange women, they served their gods. And at the end of the day, they finally got to him, and they caused him to turn his heart from the Lord.
Yep.
Start at the top of verse 4 again, bro.
For it came to pass when Solomon was old that his wives turned away his heart after other gods, and his heart was not perfect with the Lord his God, as was the heart of David his father.
Read verse 5 real quick, bro.
For Solomon went after Ashtaroth, the goddess of the Zidonians, and after Milcom, the abomination of the Ammonites.
That's good. I'm sorry. Yeah. So he telling you, book is telling you now he started dealing with these other gods.
Mm-hmm.
Because women have an influence over a man.
Yes, sir.
And if you listen long enough,
yes, sir,
it's gonna start to sound, yeah, you know what? You might be right.
Yes, sir.
But that's how it works. All jokes aside, that's how it works. Man, look, a woman gonna have influence over her husband. That's why some brothers don't want to listen to their wife too long. You know why? Because they know their little weak mind gonna be swayed.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
It's gonna be swayed to do what she wants. That's why he can't sit there and listen too long, because he gonna be finished, hook, line, and sinker.
Yep.
But Solomon was in the circumstances caused him to fall.
Yep.
Because he didn't operate the way the Lord told the people to operate.
Mm-hmm.
And his wisdom had nothing to do. It didn't help him with all these strange wives he had, and he ended up dealing with pagan gods. His heart was turned.
Yep.
So, we gotta look at, man, nobody's immune to this.
Yep.
That's right.
It can happen to any one of us.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't none of us had wisdom like Solomon had.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So if he can fall,
We can fall.
we can fall.
Yep. Yes, yep.
100 times more easier than.
Yep.
He started slipping when he got old, but we've been slipping.
This came out the womb.
Being young slipping. So
yeah.
So it's your degree of knowledge and wisdom don't matter.
Yeah.
Circumstances can cause you to make a bad decision.
Yeah.
So,
let's go to 1 Corinthians 7, because this right here is a good scripture. Brother Ozias going to elaborate on.
Yeah.
And it's right in line with it. This is Paul letting the people know, husbands and wives know how they supposed to behave with each other.
Yeah. Yes, sir. And
how they supposed to operate.
This actually something Paul saying to help us not to be blinded.
Right.
Yep.
and to get fall into a circumstance where you would not follow the commandments of the Lord and do opposite.
Yep.
1 Corinthians 7 and pick it up at verse 1.
Now concerning the things whereof ye wrote unto me, it is good for a man not to touch a woman. Nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife, and let every woman have her own husband.
So that's straightforward there.
Yeah.
To avoid fornication, you know, get you a rib.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Right.
To avoid fornication.
Yep.
And let every man have his wife and every woman have her husband.
Yep.
Read.
Yep. Let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence, and likewise also the wife unto the husband. The wife have not power of her own body, but the husband. And likewise also the husband have not power of his own body, but the wife. Defraud ye not one the other, except it be with consent for a time, that ye may give yourselves to fasting and prayer, and come together again, that Satan tempt you not for your incontinence.
So the Lord telling you right there how to avoid getting in that situation.
Yep. Because you sure enough gonna be in a situation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
People, you know, people don't like to deal with reality. You can't just deny your spouse.
Yeah.
It ain't just the sexual satisfaction, but it's also the other things too.
That's right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You can't deny them spending time together.
Yes, sir.
Communicating, talking.
Right.
All of that stuff all together. When ain't nothing, no communication happen, y'all not talking, y'all not spending time together, you know, y'all not laying together, y'all ain't doing nothing.
A lean room.
Eventually, somebody gonna find somebody else to talk to.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And people don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
But why do that? The book is telling you here. Don't defraud each other unless y'all agree, like, look, this is what we doing, but you still doing it together.
That's right.
Yep.
With consent.
On one accord.
Yeah, you on one accord. But if it ain't with consent, what you think gonna happen?
Yeah.
Satan is sitting there waiting, like, oh yeah, I know what kind of woman he like.
That's right.
I'm gonna send one his way.
Yes, sir.
I know what kind of man she like. I'm gonna send one her way.
Sir.
Because Satan is looking to destroy.
Yes, sir.
That's his whole thing.
Yep.
And you putting yourself, you inviting Satan in to come and do what he does.
Yep.
Which is kill and destroy.
Yes, sir.
But don't put yourselves in that situation to defraud one another.
Yep.
Don't put yourself in that situation where one of y'all done messed around and went out there and you done committed adultery.
Yep. Yep.
Don't just invite it. It's a way you're supposed to operate.
That's right.
That's why I really like that that scripture, brother, because a lot of times, again, man, we like to put people in situations because we're trying to get something.
That's right.
You know, you try to force your spouse to do what you want.
Yeah.
Because all you care about is what you want.
Yeah.
So now, go ahead, brother.
And that is not godly behavior.
Right.
That's right, bro.
I just want to say that, man. That ain't godly, man.
Right.
God ain't trying to have you, oh man, you withhold sex, or you don't do this, or you don't do this, man, because you want your way. That's what preschoolers do and babies do. We grown people, and especially if you in a marriage.
Right.
A marriage has different principles and a different way that you interact with each other.
Right.
And again, man, that's what we got to learn. How do we behave with one another that's going to lead us to salvation? Salvation and those behaviors, man, lead you to death. If I'm acting petty with somebody, man, being petty, man, lead to destruction, man.
Right.
Yep.
That don't lead to life. You know what I'm saying? You don't tick for tack nobody to get eternal life, man. That just, I don't understand it. But again,
that's the main goal too for Satan: destroy the marriage. You gonna destroy the whole family.
Oh yeah, you destroy a whole family. You destroy a marriage.
Yep.
You know.
Yes, absolutely. Division in any house is the destruction of it.
Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? It whether the house is built upon total chaos.
Yep.
If that house is divided, is destroyed.
Yes,
like the Lord say, man. Christ told him, man, how can Satan cast out Satan?
Yep.
It don't work like that.
Yep.
So, you know, any house, any organization, anything that's set up, man, and the people that's operating it, if they divide it, man, it's eventually it's gonna fall apart.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And the things that the way we operate, especially in marriages, and it's total opposite.
Yeah.
You know, because everybody trying to figure out how I can manipulate you to get what I want. Yeah. You don't want to do this for me, so guess what? I ain't gonna do this.
That's right.
You know, or I'm gonna force your hand.
Yeah.
Because you don't tell me no. You know, and all of this, and eventually, man, it's just gonna tear everything apart.
Yes,
you're
sir.
Gonna find yourself in a situation, or your spouse gonna be in a situation where they looking at somebody else.
Yeah.
And they entertaining, like, well, maybe this other person is who I should be with. Right? Because now you fall in the same trap that Balaam fell in.
That's right.
You know, the people that were sent to him started to sway him.
Yes,
yep.
Sir.
Yep.
The promises, the stuff, that the gifts and the stuff started to sway him.
Yep.
Well, break it down on a level with a man and a woman. That's usually how a man get a woman. He gonna give her gifts.
Yes, sir.
He gonna present himself in the best light. He ain't gonna show her that he a nut. You know, there's something wrong with him. He gonna put on his best gentleman behavior for as long as he can.
Yeah.
Then he gonna give her gifts, treat her nice. He gonna do all that, and likewise, a woman gonna do the same thing.
Yes.
She ain't gonna show the man that she crazy. She gonna cook for him, even though she know down the line she ain't gonna cook nothing. But she gonna make him some meals. She gonna be nice to him and all of that. She gonna pay him all kind of attention, because that's what you do when you trying to hook somebody.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
You give gifts.
Yep.
You treat them like kings or queens, and whatever you want, I'll do it for you. You know, all of that is a part of how you hook somebody,
yes,
even with a relationship. Hey,
it's
man,
much easier.
Yeah.
Right.
Somebody coming from a volatile situation where there's no communication.
Exactly.
There's no
Exactly.
affection. There's
right.
no intimacy.
Yeah.
Nothing, right.
You
So
got
now
you got them hook, line, and sinker now because they're not getting none of what they offering.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Yes,
now
sir.
Now this other person that Satan will probably sent your way, and it's gonna be like a breath of fresh air.
Yes, sir.
Because you're gonna be like, man, I ain't had nobody pay me no attention in so long.
That's right. I
ain't had this happen in so long. I ain't been able to talk and just have a regular conversation in so long. And you think that it's gonna feel right, but it ain't gonna be right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care how I feel. It is wrong. It's wrong.
Strong. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But you're gonna get blinded because of the situation, because of the circumstances.
That's right.
Y'all defrauding one another. Y'all not on one accord no more.
Yeah.
Right.
Now you blinded. You can't see that this other person that's coming to you ain't no good for you.
That's right.
And you should be staying away as much as possible from this other person who ain't your wife or ain't your husband.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Because all they gonna do is come in and divide and totally divide your marriage.
Yes, sir.
But when you blinded by all the stuff that seemed good, the gifts, the good conversation, and all of that, the attention, all of that stuff blinds you, and it causes you not to be able to think clearly or think godly.
Yeah.
Because we all flesh want is to feel good.
Yeah.
Flesh don't care nothing about right or logic. Logic ain't got nothing to do with it.
That's right.
Fleshly mind cares about how does this make me feel.
Yes, sir.
That's it.
Yeah.
When you start operating like that, that's when you blind.
Yeah.
That's when you blind.
Yes,
Because
sir.
you stop thinking about what thus say the Lord, like we've been reading, and you start dealing with how this make me feel.
Yeah.
Or what I'm getting out of this.
That's right.
And the circumstance is gonna blind you. Let's go to one more place. Jeremiah the 10th chapter.
Yeah. Jeremiah.
Brother hits him at.
Yeah, definitely, man. Jeremiah the 10th chapter, man, and just two, simple verses, man.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man, we working on 2 hours.
Yeah, man. It's rolling.
This is worse than the last one.
It's rolling.
It's
You
worse
never
than-
set out to do it, but
Yeah, it never set out to be that way.
I know.
You know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but hey, bro, it's hey, brother, when you start talking, you never know where it's gonna lead to.
that's right.
Just
Yeah.
trying to let the people see, a little bit of, even though, we doing this, over the internet, just fellowship. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
when we come together, man, fellowshipping, man, it's really about, helping heal each other.
Yes, sir.
It's not about let's sit up all day and everybody show how many scriptures they know. Because at the end of the day, man, it really ain't gonna help.
No, sir.
Yeah.
What's gonna help us, man, is what you going through, what am I going through, and how can we help each other
That's right.
get through the things we dealing with,
Yes,
the
sir.
situations we dealing with.
Yes, sir.
How do we help each other better deal with situations? What understanding can I get from you? Because you probably been through the situation before. What can you tell me, man, that can help me either avoid it or fix it or whatever?
That's
Yeah.
right.
But helping each other heal is what really the fellowshipping is about, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And being honest and trying to grow in service of God.
Yeah, and also too, brother, as not as just individual servants, but man, as a body, brother.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And this is what this does, man. It builds the body, brother.
Yeah.
And when you know, man, that you can build a relationship with not just a high and by, it's like, oh man, I can talk to this brother about these situations, or that sister understand this stuff. So to me, man, it's building the body, brother. You know, that's why I love fellowshipping, bro, because it builds a body, bro.
Yes,
You know
sir.
what I'm saying, bro? I mean, I might be an arm or a toenail or whatever, man, but I know if I link up with another arm and with a foot, with an ear, a head, that, you know what I'm saying,
Yes,
it's
sir.
gonna build this body up, bro. And that's the goal, to build a body, brother. So
Yes, sir.
definitely, man. But this Jeremiah the 10th chapter, man, and again, man, it's so simple. It's beautiful.
Yes, sir.
God just straightforward, man, hitting you with what it is, man. And I'm grateful to read these scriptures, man, because these have so much weight on them. So Jeremiah the 10th chapter, and if you can, brother, pick it up at verse 23, brother.
I'll get it for you, bro.
Thank you, brother.
Oh Lord, I know that the way of man is not in himself.
Mm-hmm.
It's not in man that walketh to direct his steps.
Uh-huh.
Oh Lord, correct me, but with judgment.
And that's key right there. I want correction.
Yes, sir.
But with godly judgment.
Right.
And some of the judgment might be because you need a little head busting.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Sometimes you need a little mercy, man. And what we seen throughout this podcast, man, some circumstances are with mercy and some with some punishment, with some ramifications.
Yes, sir.
And some is, hey, man, this gonna keep you out of harm's way if you do these things.
Right.
That is what godly judgment is about.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's what righteousness is about, man. That's gonna lead you, because godly judgment gonna lead you to life. You know what I'm saying? Godly punishment still, in some forms, is trying to point you to life, but you might end up getting yourself hurt because you don't pay attention or listen.
Right.
But this is, Jeremiah said, "Oh Lord, correct me, but with judgment." Keep reading, brother.
Not in thine anger, lest thou bring me to nothing.
And that's, man, God ain't, in no situation, man, where he trying to just destroy. He trying to recover. And these circumstances, man, that we looked at, man, today, man, that blind the eyes, man, and all the stuff that you might come into in your life, even not just what we read. It's a whole lot of stuff that you got to deal with in this life. And you want to make sure, man, that you are not perverted in judgment, that you ain't taking no gifts, that you ain't turning no eye to no wickedness, and you ain't further, you ain't no accomplice, no crime. You are trying to walk right and honest and just before the God of the creation. And that's what's going to make that difference in your life.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Just, make it show, man, what we looking at, what we did, we can see clearly.
Yep.
With spiritual eyes, with godly eyes on.
Yes, sir.
Not be looking at things with the carnal mind.
Yep.
Because the carnal mind is blinded.
Yep.
But when you're looking at things in a godly fashion, when you got your spiritual eyes on, you can see things clearly.
Yep.
And that's the fight. That's the fight that we face all the time, man.
Yes, sir.
How our approach. Am I approaching this, as in the flesh, or am I approaching this as a servant of God?
Mm-hmm.
And that's a decision that got to be made all the time.
Yep.
Every situation, good situation, bad situation, whatever it is, am I dealing with this like a servant of the Most High, or am I dealing with this in the fleshly, with a fleshly state of mind? And that's gonna tell you, it's gonna tell you whether, you seeing things clearly, or you blind.
Yep.
Trying to find your way to an outcome, being blind. So, with that, man, I want to thank the brothers for joining us here, again, on the podcast. And I also want to thank the listeners for tuning in with us. And as always, we want to let you know that the Biblical Resolutions podcast is brought to you by the House of Jacob, a Bible study class located at 2515 East 75th Street in Chicago, Illinois. Lord willing, we will be bringing you more topics. As always, we want to bid you peace in the mighty name of Jesus.